everyone. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. It is June 1st, 2026, and I wanted to do a bonus reading for you. Today's message is whoever needs to hear this. I will begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel, ending at Pisces. Timestamps will be in the description box. I do recommend that you watch your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. And I don't need to say it, but I'm going to say it. As with all collective general readings, keep in mind that's exactly what this is. So as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else to hear. And with all of that said now, let's begin. Hello, Gemini Twin Gang. I hope that you're doing well. It is June 1st. We are officially in Gemini season. So whether you are a May or June Gemini baby, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday. Let's take a look now at what your message is at this time. We have Truth, card number 25. Well, there's our Ace of Swords. Boy, do we love it. We love the truth, don't we? Tell me more about truth here for Gemini. Why is this their message at this time for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? Truth. I'm not blind to the fact that 25, if I, flip it, it's 52, and that's what I'll be on the 3rd. But this is not my message. This is yours. Tell me about truth here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. Gemini, we have the Two of Cups, we have Justice, and we have the Six of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. So this is a partnership-based reading, whether that is professional, platonic, or romantic. If you don't want to hear about that, you're welcome to check out another placement. I can't make up the cards that fall on the table. Tell me about that Two of Cups here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Cups is clarified by the Chariot, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Wands. Justice. Tell me why Justice is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Justice is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Fool, and the Nine of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. I meant Six of Cups. Why is the Six of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Cups. Okay. I have a group of you that there's a particular partnership in your life, whether it is professional, platonic, or romantic. And I have a group of you here where you're like, I'm seeing the truth of this situation. And there's something not right here. And I'm going to clarify that Seven of Swords for you. But the feeling that I get here is there's something wrong with this. Like, I thought I could be victorious. I thought that we can make it. I thought that this would be a success. I thought that we were moving forward together. But I have a group of you where your new truth, if you will, and if you haven't had this realization yet, I feel like it's coming to you relatively soon, is that the right, fair, and balanced thing for you to do is to actually take action on your own behalf and move in a new direction and become single, free, and independent of this person, meaning I'm not going to talk to this person anymore, or I'm going to look for another job if this is work-related. So I don't know who that Two of Cups is to you, professional, platonic, or romantic, but smack in the middle of forward movement and success, we have deception here at play, and you're seeing it for what it is in that truth card. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. Tell me about the Seven of Swords here for Gemini. Let's get one more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Swords is clarified by Four of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, Empress. You have someone here, whether it's professional, platonic, or romantic, who doesn't know if they want the same thing that you do. So let's say you're a Gemini and you have a temporary position at a company. Maybe you were hired there as a temp, and you're hoping that it'll go permanent, but you're starting to get the epiphany, if you will, or you're starting to see the truth of the matter, that they're not sure if they want to take you from temporary to a permanent position at the company. The Hierophant in that respect would be the company. And you're starting to realize that maybe your job there is not as secure as you thought it was, or this was a probationary period of like, I don't know, 30, 60, or 90 days, and you just assume everything is going well, but you're starting to realize that there are some cracks here in the foundation, that it's not as successful or forward moving as you thought it was. So there's something here where whoever this other entity is, this other person is, you're realizing that the two of you may not want the same things. You may want to stay at the job long term or go from temp to permanent, but they may not. If this is a romantic partnership, I have a Gemini collective here where you're realizing that you and your person are on completely different pages. You're looking for progress, forward movement, the relationship moving forward, as romantic relationships should move forward. But there's something here like maybe you want to get married or they don't, or you're looking for commitment and they're not. So this person is like sabotaging the relationship, if you will, by not making a decision. But you're seeing the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter here is that you and whoever this person is, you're not on the same page. Even if that Hierophant is like a community group or a political or religious organization, which the Hierophant card absolutely could stand for, it's still, you think we're a forward movement and we're all in this together and it's the same, we're all agreeing to the mission and the vision, and you're seeing the truth of the matter that you're not. So whoever that Hierophant is to you, a romantic partner, a spouse, someone that you want to have that type of, long-term committed partnership with. It certainly could be like the corporation, company, entity that you work for, some type of institution as well. And like I said, community, political, or religious organization. The sabotaging thing that's occurring here is you want progress, movement, and forward, and they either don't want that or they don't know if they want that. So I have a group of you here with that Justice card. Justice is Libra. Libra is the house of marriage, partnerships, relationships, contracts, whether they're professional, platonic, or romantic. So your feeling here seems to be, I need to move and pivot in another direction because this person or this group and I do not want the same things. And that's like your truth. That's whether it is the truth or not, I don't know, but that is your truth at this time. Then we have the Six of Cups. There's almost a feeling here of like, but I really don't want to move on. I don't really want to move on from this person. This friend, this family member, this lover, this job. I really don't want to. I wish we were on the same page. So you almost feel like there's a feeling here like, I feel like I'm being forced to put my own best interest first and move on from this. Like I'm being forced to make a decision that I really don't want to make. Tell me more about that, the decision here. Clarify that Two of Swords. Because it's like when it comes to this partnership and the Six of Cups, it's like it's becoming like excessively burdensome for you to think about like moving in another direction. Although you also feel it would be in your best interest, Queen of Pentacles, to move in that other direction. Tell me about the Two of Swords here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Two of Swords is clarified by King of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. So there's almost a feeling here of, I know I can find what I'm looking for. I know I can find another job. I know I can find another community or political or religious organization. I know I could find another lover. I know that I could find someone who would want long-term committed partnership with me, right? Queen to the King of Pentacles. Like all I have to do is discover. I just need to make the decision that that's the direction I'm moving in. And I know I'll be able to find the new. That's your truth. So you have two truths here, of course, Gemini, two sides. So truth one is there's no forward movement or progress here, or not in the way I had hoped or would have liked, because who's ever on the other end of this is sort of sabotaging the forward movement because they're not sure they want the same thing that I want. And I'm starting to realize that they don't, or at least that's my belief. I know that I could find better. I could replace this in time, but it would be a heavy burden for me to do this because there's an emotional attachment here. I really like this job. I really like these people. You know what I mean? I really like this lover or love this lover. So that's what seems to be happening. So Nine of Swords, I have a group of you very much up in your head, knowing you could find better, but not sure if you want to because of the emotional attachment to this. Even if it's that temp job, you've been there for 1 or 2 months, you still now like you're acclimated, you know what I mean? Yeah, you got your little picture on the desk and you've gotten to know everyone. You have a routine. So it's like, man, I don't know if I want to start over. That's a feeling like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to Eight of Pentacles, start working on something new. Tell me more about this we'll just call it the Hierophant. Again, whether that is a situation, environment, or connection, or like I said, group or something like that. Tell me more about that. Okay. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Magician. Three of Swords shows itself here. Let me get one more card on this. One more shuffle. Thank you. Eight of Wands, Magician, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. There's communication coming in from this individual, okay, from the job, from the community group, whatever this is, the social group, the Mahjong club that you're part of. I don't know. It could be, friend, family member, lover. But there's incoming communication over the course of the next 8 days that will help to put things in perspective for you with that Two of Pentacles. So I do think you have to wait a little bit. There's going to have require some patience on your part, if you will. But there's communication. We have the Magician there. It's ruled by Mercury. That's our ruling planet. Mercury rules communication, the Eight of Wands. So over the course of the next 8 days, there is some type of information or communication coming from this individual, from this entity, from this group, if you will. And then you'll be able to make a decision about whether or not you want to stay, whether or not you should go, whether or not they want you to stay, something like that. So I think for the time being, yes, you're right. Something is not fair or balanced here. There is some type of Seven of Swords behavior going on. You're not wrong about that. Your intuition is at an all-time high. You are also right. It is your truth that you could find better elsewhere. But for the next 8 days, just have some patience with this and wait to see what you hear back or what the feedback is from this entity or this person before you do anything. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here for Gemini. 3 cards of advice here. So I feel like the truth is coming, or something that will help give you more of the clarity you need. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have that Queen of Pentacles. We have the Hanged Man. You're going to have to hang tight. Strength card. I know you don't want to hear that, but Four of Swords. There is something here about not doing anything. And Four of Swords is the third decan of Libra. Again, Libra is the house of marriage, contracts, partnerships, professional, platonic, or romantic. So there's something here about just stay grounded, take care of yourself, keep showing up at work if this is a work situation, keep taking care of yourself, the people, pets, plants in your life. The Queen of Pentacles is a very, hate to say homely, but a very homely, practical kind of energy. So it's like, just continue to focus on that. There's no decision here that needs to be immediately made in regards to this. So just hang tight. The communication you need is coming. So just hold back, and then you'll be able to proceed forward with great confidence, because then I think you'll have the absolute truth or the absolute clarity here. That is what I have for you, Gemini, at this time. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. Wishing you happy birthday once again. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.